Clint, I want to talk to you, please.
We'll talk. I've always got plenty of time to talk to you, Vicky.
I have one question, and I would like a straight answer.
You make this sound so serious. Come on, let's sit down and discuss.
Clint, please. I would like to know if Asa was acting alone or if you were in on this thing with him.
In on what?
A friend of Tom's was fired from the El Paso Journal, and within a few hours, that same job was offered to Tom.
Tom again, huh? So what?
So I want to know if you and Asa arranged for that, to get Tom out of Lambview.
I can't believe that you think I'm capable of such a thing.
I don't want to believe it. But it's really the only explanation possible.
Hold it just a minute. Did Tom put you up to this?
No. He doesn't even know that I'm aware of what has happened.
Nothing has happened, Vicky. Now, I don't care what Tom has told you. I didn't get anyone fired.
All right, she's coming, and I want you to do everything you can to make her feel at home.
Dory.
That goes double for you, John.
Well, you guys were right. Some rest did me good.
And you look like a new person, doesn't she, John?
Yeah, new person.
Well, I'm going to be calling a taxi and then heading on home to the waterside.
Diane, the waterside isn't home to anything but muggers and cutthroats.
Dorian, we have been through all this. Now my stuff is moved in and there's no turning back.
I'm afraid there is a turning back as far as we're concerned.
Look, Dorian, she feels so strongly about leaving.
Not as strongly as we all feel about you staying, Diane.
Look, you have quite a house full with John and Cassie.
True, it is our house, and we want to share it with you. Right, Cassie?
Well,
she was just saying a few minutes ago that it was a shame to let the guest room go to waste, and we want you to go get your things, bring them back here, and before you know it, we're all going to be one great big happy family.
oh, I just don't know what to say.
Fine, I'll say it for you. Welcome home.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys, this is the most wonderful, generous act of friendship I've ever known. Thank you. Rick, come in.
Thanks.
What a nice surprise.
I can't stay long. I just came by to drop off something.
My purse. I've been looking all over for it. Where'd you find it?
You must have slipped it in my pocket last night while we were dancing at Elmo's.
Of course. How silly of me not to remember. You were very sweet to bring it by.
Yeah, well, you said something about leaving soon, so I figured you probably need it right away.
Yeah, sorry to say the plan still holds.
You and your dad still going back west?
Yeah, it looks that way. You still plan on staying in Lambview, right?
If I can find a way to earn my keep around here.
I guess there's not much chance you'll be getting out to El Paso anytime soon.
No, not unless they build some mountains and make some snow. But you're going home. It's not that bad, is it?
I was all for it before I got to, like, Lambview. I'm really gonna miss this place.
I've only been here a short time, but everyone I met is very special.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, I better let you pack. It was nice meeting you, Mary Lynn.
Rick, I just made some hot chocolate. Do you have time for a cup?
I sure do.
Great. Well, come on, then.
Right.
Marshmallows?
Oh, sounds great.
Well, this should get your romance off to a promising start.
$5,000, not bad. I ought to be able to pick up something to catch Tina's eye.
Max, will you do me a favor? Don't tell me what you're spending this money on.
Why so squeamish, Maria? You know what it's for.
Knowing it and saying it are two different things. Deliberately entrapping her. It's almost a sin.
You always were a proper church-going lady, weren't you, huh? You really hate to stoop to my level.
She's done everything she can to ruin my son. I'll never forgive her for that, Max.
If it's so important to get rid of her, why trust me? What if I double-cross you?
I'm willing to take that chance. I mean, you do have your own reasons for our plan to be a success, don't you?
Beautiful lady, fabulous ranch. Yeah, it's reason enough for any man.
Right. So, I'm going to leave you to your challenge.
You won't regret it.
I hope not.
I know you'll be delighted with the bracelet, Mrs. Nathaniel.
You're sure it's one of a kind?
All my pieces are.
Oh, very well, Mr. Stark. You can send the bill to my suite.
Very well. A pleasure as always, Mrs. Nathaniel.
Excuse me, friend. Mind if I take a look at your collection?
I usually show by appointment.
Yeah, I'd like to make an appointment then. For right now.
Be careful, that's a very rare and precious gem.
Glad to hear it. I'm looking for something for a rare and precious lady. These things seem too flashy. Don't you have anything with a little character?
Well, I do have a few antique pieces, if that's to your taste.
Oh, let's have a look at this one.
That's a very fine piece, sir. It may be a bit too expensive for you. Perhaps you'd prefer something a little more reasonable.
I prefer this one. How much is it?
I couldn't part with it for less than $2,000.
Fine, I'll take it.
Just like that?
It's real, isn't it?
Absolutely authentic.
So is my check. Good enough?
You have some sort of identification?
The driver's license, too?
Yes, of course. Well, I'd be happy to deliver it for you, sir, if you give me the lucky lady's address.
I handle my own deliveries.
Well, the least I can do is have it gift wrapped. Is it a birthday, an anniversary?
Let's call it a bon voyage present, huh? Don't worry about wrapping it. I'll take it just as it is.
Yes, sir. Just as you like, sir.
It's been a pleasure doing business. Yes, sir. I think the lady's going to be real impressed.
Let me guess. Your folks wanted you to go straight to college, right?
You too?
Well, it's a major concession for my father to let me come east. He would have preferred it if I had stayed close to home.
I told them I would never last in college.
Oh, come on. You're smart enough.
It's not the grades, Marilyn. It's it's being glued behind a desk all day. Anyways, I have this thing about traveling and seeing the world.
Sounds to me like you've done plenty of that. Is there any mountain that you haven't skied?
You have to test yourself against the best. When you want to...
When you want what?
You're gonna laugh. I know you're gonna laugh.
No, I won't, I promise. Tell me.
The 1988 Winter Olympics. Gold medal, downhill. I'm nuts, okay? You can laugh now.
No, I just have one question. Are you good enough?
Yeah, I think I am. But losing my job at Mount Lantano, I mean, that means I can't get the proper training I need.
Well, if you want it badly enough, you can find other ways.
You really think I have a chance?
Yeah.
You know what I need? I need you in my training camp cheering me on.
Well, I wish I could be there. But you'll be here, and I'll be back in El Paso.
I'll tell you what. When you and your dad get settled in El Paso, you can send me your address. I could write you and I can tell you about my progress and how things are going and just how I'm doing.
There'll be no need to correspond, son. My daughter and I are going to be staying right here in Landview.
Dad, do you mean it?
Yeah. Told you, sweetheart, nobody's going to push us around. Well, now, why don't you introduce me to your friend? Huh?
Rick Gardner, sir. And I'm glad you changed your mind.
I'm not going to lie to you, Vicky. Yeah, I want Tom Dennison out of our lives. But I wouldn't stoop to having another man fired to get that job done.
Well, maybe you didn't. But I will bet that your father did.
Fine. Talk to my father.
Clint, please. I want you to go to Asa and get him to undo the damage that he's done. It's the least he can do for Tom.
For Tom. Is that all you think about, Vicky? Is that all you think about? Well, what about the other things? What about your family? You know, like your family?
Why don't you leave the children out of this? Right now we're talking about what you and Asa have done to Tom.
What about what Tom has done to us, Vicky? Or does breaking up a marriage earn him a medal?
You really want me to believe that you're not out to get him? You should listen to your voice. It is filled with hate.
I don't hate the man. It's your love for him that I hate, Vicky. It has blinded you to your husband, your children, everything else that you claim you care about so much.
I do care about the children. And I am willing to give our marriage a second chance. I told you that. When Kevin was found, I told you I would give it everything I've got.
And what about what you give to Tom?
What are you talking about?
I am talking about this. Recognize it? Isn't this your handwriting?
Where did you get that?
Where I got it doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, it does. It matters to me. That's a private note for Tom.
Oh, I know it was. I read every private little word.
How did you get it?
Never mind how I got it, Vicky. What matters is the words that are in it.
What did you do? Did you follow me to the carriage house and go inside and steal it?
Vicky, will you stop blaming me? You're the one who's writing to your loving Tom that our marriage doesn't have a ghost of a chance.
Give me the letter. It's mine.
No. So you can destroy it? No way.
You're the one who is destroying things. You're going to use it against me, aren't you?
I wasn't planning on it, but if you force me, you damn betcha I will.
You know something? You're exactly like your father. If you can't have what you want, then nobody can, right?
Vicky, now whether you believe it or not, I happen to love you. I love you, and what I'm doing is because I think it's best for you.
Well, don't do me any favors. I hate you.
I don't think you mean that.
You bet I do. I mean every word of it. I hate you for what you've done, and I hate you even more for who you are. Did I say I was going to give our marriage another chance? Well, forget it.
You keep talking, and you're going to say something you're going to regret.
You know something? The only thing I regret is ever believing that I could love a man like you. I want the divorce, and I want the children. The truce is over. Nothing has changed.
Tina! Happy birthday.
Max, what are you talking about? It's not my birthday.
I know I needed an excuse to give you a present.
Max, you shouldn't have done that.
Why not? I mean, we had a great time together last night. We got close?
Yeah, and I cried a lot.
Exactly, and this present is further proof that there's more to life than just tears and regrets.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me.
And I keep hoping you're going to listen to me. You have got too much spirit to spend your life crying over a lost dream, Tina. Come on, open it up.
Max, this is beautiful.
Here, come on, hold it up to your neck. Oh, let me see. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Max, it is really lovely, but I can't accept it.
Well, why not?
Why not? Because this is very expensive. Look at this, and I'm a married woman.
You are also the spitting image of my Aunt Clarice, the Belle of El Paso, 1842. This was her cameo.
You mean this is like an heirloom and stuff? It's an antique in your family?
Yeah. And Aunt Clarice was just like you. She's full of spirit, love of adventure. I mean, she used to discover gold and fight grizzlies. She was one hell of a woman.
All right, Max. Why don't you tell me what this is all really about?
Don't question it. It's from the heart. Isn't that enough?
Oh, Clint, come on in. Nice surprise.
I should have called you, but I knew you were here. I need a favor.
I don't like the look on your face. How's Vicky? Last time you talked, you were working things out?
Yeah, well, that was then. This is now. The custody hearing is on again. We're scheduled for this morning.
Oh, damn it, son. You and Vicky were trying so hard. I thought you were back together after Kevin ran away. I mean, what happened?
What happened? Here. Read that. Explains everything.
Thank you very much for agreeing to see me, Dorian.
Not at all. You said it was important. Vicky, would you like some coffee?
No, actually, I'd rather get straight to the point, please.
Of course. Please sit down.
Thank you. This is about my divorce hearing. I assume you know that Clint and I are no longer together.
Yes, I heard. I'm very sorry.
Oh, you don't have to be. It's really the best thing for both of us. Unfortunately, though, he feels that he deserves full custody of the children because he's now questioning my ability to take care of them properly. while there's absolutely no merit to his claims, I am going to have to fight him in court.
I hadn't realized it had gotten that far. Is there any chance that...
No, I'm afraid there isn't. We have tried to work it out. It's impossible. Dorian, I realize that you and I are not exactly the best friends, but you are a mother, and I'm sure that you can understand how very important it is to me that I win this custody fight. I have to defeat Clint in this, and in order to do so, I need your help.
Oh, dear. Another few weeks and the forsythia will bloom. Perhaps you should take a vacation this spring, Charles.
Mother, just give me some cream.
It'll do you good.
Yeah.
Forget Jamie and get your strength back. You'll need it if you're serious about the elections next fall.
You've really done it, haven't you, Elizabeth? Did you see that?
What?
What is this?
Ask her.
Good morning, Judith.
You just read that. Just read that. That is the ugliest, meanest thing you've ever said about me, Elizabeth. For meeting me at the airport. I'll tell you, it was a really surprise. Can't tell you how much I missed you.
Not as much as I missed you. Come here.
Come here.
You know, sorry about the mix-up with the limo.
Gosh, that was strange. I mean, that man trying to force me into that limousine to take me over to the mansion.
I never thought we'd get rid of him.
No way.
You tired?
Oh, a little bit, I guess. But I'm not going to give in to it. Lord, there's so much to do. Pete, at least anyway, I got a little sleep on the airplane.
Well, I must say, you look tanned, relaxed, rested.
Rested. You can't imagine the incredible job it is to rebuild that island. Do you realize we spent 16 hours a day working just to get the debris cleared?
Those people are lucky to have you working for them.
I know, but I should have stayed longer. The only reason I came back is there's so much to do here, too. Oh, anyway, father says hello, children say hello.
Thank God they weren't hurt.
Yeah. And, they were interested in how badly Asa was hurt. Is he all right?
He's fine. We do ourselves both a favor and not discuss Asa. I noticed you weren't limping. Your ankle okay?
Yeah, well, he rested a few days, and it seems to be okay. Was he badly burned?
I thought we weren't going to discuss your ex-husband.
Okay. You're right. Just wanted to know if his bandages were off.
Why should they be off? As far as I'm concerned, he was faking the whole thing. Rubbed some soot on his face, put the bandages on his hands just to impress you.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't really surprise me.
What's so funny?
Well, I know, if you think about it, it's pretty funny. And the man practically had himself fried just to look like a hero. I mean, it's a pretty dramatic, theatrical move.
Yeah, I know. And like everything else Asa does, it's totally unbelievable.
Interesting, isn't it? Huh? I'm home working on my marriage, and my wife is writing love letters to another man.
How did you get this? I mean, she give it to you or did you steal it?
Let's just say it fell into my hands. Here. Did you read this? Huh? You become the most important person in my life, and I really can't bear the thought of losing you. And what about this one? I cared too much for you to imagine ever loving Clint again, even if my memory should come back. Isn't that a beauty? Aren't those the best?
I cannot believe that Vicky wrote that.
Believe it, Pa. Believe it. Our 10-year-old son runs away from home because he can't stand what's happening to us. Vicky agrees that for the sake of the children, she will give our marriage one more try. And what's the first thing she does? She writes this when she's supposed to be working on our marriage, begging Tom Dennison never to leave.
Getting rid of that crud was an idea that boomeranged.
That's not the point. The point is that she wrote this when she was supposed to be working on our marriage.
So you're back where you started?
No, it's worse. At least for her, it's going to be worse. She wants to divorce me and destroy our family. Fine, let her try it. Let her try it. I mean, I got Nikki Smith. I got the amnesia. I mean, the whole ball of wax. I'll lay it right on the line. I can't imagine any judge paying any attention to anything she says.
Now, just wait a minute, son.
No, I don't care how sick she is. I don't want to hear about her mental health. I'm not going to take this lying down.
Nobody said you should. I just think you may be blaming the wrong person. I think the real culprit is Joe Riley's twin brother.
She's in love with him, Pa. Tom Dennison has got her in his pocket, damn him.
She is not in love with him. He has taken advantage of her. Now, why don't you and I just stick to the facts? We have to give Vicky a little leeway. She's suffering from amnesia.
So what am I supposed to do? What do I just shake off this letter as if it didn't mean anything?
I'm not trying to ride you, son. I'm just remembering the good times, and I just hope to the dear Lord you can get back to them.
The good times are over. Now, Vicky and I are going to meet in court this morning and slug it out in front of a judge. And as far as I am concerned, this letter right here is all the proof I need. The kids belong with me, not their mother.
That's the way it's got to be. You know whose side I'm on.
Yeah. Well, get the house ready, will you? Huh? I want to be able to show the judge that I can provide a good home for the kids. Because I'll tell you what, this is one fight that I damn sure intend to win.
I knew that you and Clint were having problems, but this does come as a shock. The two of you fighting for custody.
Yes, I'm well aware that most people seem to think I'm out of my mind. I can assure you that I am not. I'm simply a mother who's trying to do what's best for her children, just exactly the way I did when Jessica was taken. Now, Dorian, you helped me then, and I'm hoping you will do so again.
Does it have to be an all-or-nothing situation? Couldn't you both agree to share custody?
No, it's out of the question. We can't agree on anything. Look, when Jessica was taken, you gave me airtime on your show to try to reach whoever took her, and it worked. My appeal brought her home. What I need from you now is a copy of that tape.
You want to use it to show the judge you're a fit mother?
Right.
I hate to be the devil's advocate in this, but Vicky, that show was taped before your memory loss.
Well, I know that. But the tape still shows that I'm a loving, a capable, a responsible mother. Amnesia doesn't change that. I would very much like to use the tape in court. If you would let me, I'd be very grateful to you.
Have you thought about seeing a psychiatrist?
I have seen a psychiatrist. It has nothing to do with this, Dorian, at all.
Please, I assure you, I didn't ask the question to upset you.
I came here to ask you for a simple favor. Please don't give me a lecture.
Of course you can have the tape. It's one of the most moving appeals I have ever seen. And if you think it can help your case, you're most welcome to it.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. I'll have the studio send it over to you this afternoon. Vicky, this may seem very hard for you to believe, but in the past 8 years, we've become closer. We understand each other better. I wish you luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Look, a gift like this has strings attached to it. They always do.
And not this one. I mean it, okay? I just think you're an incredible lady, and that's what this cameo is. It's a token of how I really feel for you.
Incredible, huh?
And amazing.
Oh! Well, Max, why don't you come sit right over here with me, and then you can tell me how truly incredible and amazing I am.
Oh, where shall I begin?
Oh, I don't know. You can just start anywhere, and I will tell you when I start to believe you.
Your eyes, your body, your refreshing honesty.
My refreshing what?
You're honest, Tina. At least you are with me. And you have this wonderful, adventurous spirit. You look great when you cry. Legs ain't bad either. And you smell like a field full of wildflowers in the springtime.
You know, I was just thinking. I can't even remember the last time Cord ever gave me a gift. No, I do. It was a shell. A plain, ordinary seashell.
Your husband doesn't appreciate you. Not the way I do.
Now I'm starting to believe you.
A woman like you should be showered with presents day and night.
Well, I can't say as I have ever turned down a gift of jewelry in the past.
It's yours to keep.
It's my husband. You have to get out of here. I don't want him to see you.
Well, maybe I should go over there and introduce myself to him.
No, Max, no.
He could use a few lessons in how to treat a lady. You don't want me to talk to him?
No. Now, look, you are much too handsome, and I really don't want my husband to see me with another man right now, okay? Please?
Okay, to show you how much respect I have for you, I'll disappear. But remember, we're not finished.
Look, and thank you so much for wanting to give me a present. Really, I can't accept it right now, okay?
Kate. Hi. How you doing?
Okay.
Come on in, have a seat. So, how's everything with the family?
You read it.
Yeah, just now I did.
Thanks for coming over. I wasn't ready to go home and face the fireworks yet.
Anytime, Kate. Why would your grandmother do something like that?
I don't know. After everything my mother's done for Jamie, I don't know how my grandmother could have said that stuff.
If you think that I don't know what you're up to, Elizabeth, you're dead wrong.
I gave an interview to the Chronicle. Obviously, it's not a secret.
You took my son's tragedy and put the blame on my shoulders.
I'm sorry if that's your impression.
Is that your impression, Charles? Am I wrong?
I'm in the middle of reading this.
I stand behind every word.
I don't doubt it for a minute, Elizabeth. You've blamed me for everything all these years. You've twisted all the mistakes and made them my fault and claimed that I corrupted the family honor.
You may scoff at our honor if you choose, Judith. I, however, do not.
And why should you? Since you have such a handy scapegoat with photographs, no less.
Now, that's what you object to, the photographs.
I object to every reprehensible part of it.
How you went against everyone's warnings, including your husband's, and insisted on getting Jamie out on bail.
You approved that decision, and so did my husband.
He had no choice but to approve it. You threatened to leave him. You were blinded and tricked by your son every step of the way. I have merely set the record straight.
You have simply avoided your own responsibility.
You're his mother. You created him.
Oh, God help me. I did, Elizabeth, but I wasn't alone. I'm not the one who spoiled him, who taught him that enough money could pay for any mistake. I am not the one who ruined him.
Charles, are you going to let her say that to me?
I do think that you're being a bit cruel, Judith.
I'm being honest, and I want you to back me, Charles.
You have placed him in an indefensible position. Because of you, he has lost face in the diplomatic community. In one single stroke, you have cut off a long and honorable career of service to this country. I gave that interview to help Charles. If it hurt you, I'm sorry. But I'm not ashamed of a single word I said.
You are the head of this family. You call the Chronicle and ask for a retraction.
That's ridiculous.
And tell them that those were all lies that she said.
Judith, I'm sorry, but I've read this article, and it's the truth.
The truth?
I'm not just siding with Mother, but she does have other things to say that are really true, like my political career is in a shambles. If I ask for a retraction, Judith, it's like redigging my political grave.
So you were in on it. You knew all about this.
I wasn't in on anything. I just knew that Mother was giving an interview, that's all.
Elizabeth, would you please leave us alone?
This is my house.
Elizabeth, get out.
I think that you should go, Mother, for a while. I'll talk to Judith alone.
This is it, Charles. This is the last straw.
Vicky, Aaron said to come on up. How are you?
You see this? This is for a 6-month-old. Do you know that Jessica's almost outgrown it?
next day is the custody hearing. You all prepared?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I have to get Mary Lynn to take care of the children.
Are you sure that you want to do this?
I don't have a choice anymore. Clint got his hands on a letter I wrote to Tom.
What kind of letter?
Tom came to tell me that he was leaving Landview for good to go back to El Paso, and I didn't want him to go. I pleaded with him to stay. It was pure selfishness on my part, and very foolish of me to put it in writing, but I just wasn't thinking.
And Clint read it?
Yes, he did. Then he said some terrible, untrue things to me. And I asked him for my letter back, and he wouldn't give it to me. So I said some terrible things to him. I told him I hated him.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't mean that.
That's what Clint said.
But you couldn't hate anybody. You're just a woman who has very strong emotions, who's been through a great deal of stress, that's all.
You know something? I was just sitting in that chair thinking that if this hearing goes quickly, and if I lose, then this will be the very last time I will ever fold my daughter's clothes.
How did Clint get hold of that letter?
He wouldn't tell me that. I don't think Tom knows anything about it. I don't think Tom ever even saw the letter.
You mailed it?
No, I walked it over there. I made very sure that no one was watching me, and then I slipped it way under the door. So even if Clint saw me, without keys to the carriage house, there's no way he could have retrieved it.
Well, then somebody must have taken the letter. Now, who could that have been?
I don't know.
Well, I would suggest that you figure it out, because whoever gave Clint that letter is not a friend of yours.
Well, I don't think anyone could have gotten the letter. I mean, Tom and Mary Lynn are the only ones with keys to the carriage house.
Well, who were their friends? Who could have had access to it?
They don't really have much company except... Well, the only person who visits them regularly besides me is Maria Roberts.
Louis, motor oil on your father's favorite shirt.
He checked his oil with it? He checked his oil with it.
Relax. It was already washed in new Dynamo 2. So new we call it the stain stopper. We wash these shirts, wipe them with motor oil, then wash them again. The leading detergent couldn't stop that stain. But look at Dynamo 2.
He checked his oil with it.
He checked his oil with it? Keep your whole wash cleaner with new Dynamo 2, the stain stopper.
My head hurts. Mom can fix that.
You're big enough for junior strength Tylenol caplets. Each has the pain relief of 2 chewables.
Katie doesn't know I like her. I can fix that.
When they outgrow chewables, junior strength Tylenol.
Bad news at the dentist. Our back teeth aren't clean enough. That's why we use the Reach toothbrush.
Reach is angled to clean even back teeth. Cleans 51% cleaner than the next 2 leading brushes.
Reach from Johnson & Johnson. Get 51% cleaner teeth.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing. Control your appetite.
Everything's a lot easier with Dexatrim. I'm not hungry, so I lose weight.
Dexatrim. You can't buy a stronger appetite control formula without a prescription. Just one capsule works all day to help you lose weight.
With other diets, I was hungry. With Dexatrim, I wasn't hungry, and I lost the weight I wanted to.
Extra strength Dexatrim.
Maria Roberts?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, it's not her. I trust her. She's one of the first people I told about my memory loss. She was nice and understanding, said she'd do anything she could to help.
She's the mother of Clint's child. She loved him. She had a child with him.
What are you suggesting, that she loves him again?
Well, it's not that far-fetched.
Wanda, she was happily married to another man for over 20 years.
And her husband is dead. And somebody is trying to wreck your marriage.
I'll tell you who wrecked my marriage. Clint.
No, somebody gave that letter to Clint, and you yourself said that maybe it was Maria. Now, why is she still in Landview? Clint is a very attractive man. Maybe she just can't get over him.
Well, if she, or if any other woman wants him, they can have him. All I want is my children. and my freedom.
Well, then you're forgetting all of the good times and all of the good years, and I think it's time for somebody to set the record straight for you. And if nobody else is going to do it, then I guess I'm elected.
I understand everything that you're saying, but please, please, let's not fight my very first ride home.
And what Asa did wasn't funny.
I know that.
Look, acting amused only encourages him. You give him an inch, he takes a mile.
I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about him, but I want you to see him for the man he really is.
I do see him as he is. I was married to him for 10 years. I see him pretty clearly.
You said you didn't love him anymore.
I don't.
Are you sure?
Oh, come on, Pete. Just because I'm not married to the man anymore doesn't mean we can discount all the years I spent with him. I learned a lot from Asa. And over those years, I saw what he really was and how he really uses people. Come on. Just because I smile at his antics doesn't mean I agree with them. I know what Ace is up to. And believe me, I am more than a match for him.
Sam was taking charge of her life.
Oh, you better believe that. After all, one does not face death and walk away from it and remain unchanged. And I'll tell you something. If there's really one hero of this whole thing, Pete O'Neill, it is you.
All right. Let's cut the hero stuff, all right?
Oh, okay.
Can we pick up where we left off in Malakeva before there was that eruption?
I would love to, but I can't.
But what?
Well, I have something very important that I have to do first.
It better be very, very important.
It is. It's the rebuilding campaign. It's going to cost a fortune. I'm going to need, people to work in the harbor. I'm going to need construction crews, labor, technology. The list goes on and on, Pete. I would have stayed there longer, but I had to come back here because of one thing, fundraising.
Well, can't you get help from other countries?
I am getting help from other countries, but it's not enough. Private funding, that's the only way, and believe me, I know exactly where to get that.
Do you have to go right now?
Yes, I do. But I will call you just as soon as I know anything. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for picking me up at the airport. It meant tons to me.
Asking for a retraction, Judith, would only embarrass both of us.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. You're so involved with yourself and your precious career, you don't even understand what it is to share. And I'm not talking about a home or property. I'm talking about sharing responsibility and pain and honesty between two people.
I thought we were talking about a newspaper article, not my character.
We're talking about our marriage, or lack of it. You've gotten away with too much, Charles. Other women, your son, ruining his life right under your nose, and all I've done is given you honesty and support, and all you've done is treat me as though I'm worthless.
That's not so. I came back to help make this marriage work.
You came back because you decided it was better to be someone bigger than Ambassador Sam.
Oh, really? Well, you know what? I am so tired of refighting the same old battles.
So am I. And I have very good news for you. The battle is over. And so, finally, is our marriage.
With this job, I need the strength of a man's antiperspirant. Speed stick.
Today, there's Lady Speed Stick Antiperspirant with the most powerful wetness fighter available. Speed Stick protection made for a woman, so it's gentle.
I love a woman's antiperspirant that could keep me dry all day.
Lady Speed Stick glides on dry. Nothing fights wetness and odor better.
With my active schedule, delicate antiperspirants aren't enough.
Lady Speed Stick protects you like a man.
And treats you like a woman.
Lady Speed Stick.
By men. Me? Sacrifice soft, fresh taste to save calories in a bread? Not anymore.
New Wonder Light Bread. 40 calories never tasted this good.
It's a wonder.
Wonder Light, the wonder of light breads.
And now, great-tasting Wonder Light kicks off a great deal. Save 20 cents with the coupon in Sunday's paper and see how to save on these fitness items. From new Wonder Light, the wonder of light breads.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment. The president's spokesman is leaving, but Barbara Walters got Larry Speaks to speak out.
This job probably has the greatest...
My grandmother always objected to my mother because she was Jewish. It's not because she's prejudiced or anything. She just wanted my dad to marry within the faith. And I think that brought them together at first because, you know, fighting that sort of stuff can make you allies.
Yeah. I guess I can see where a difference in religion could create problems for a family.
Mm-hmm. Plus the fact that my dad's ancestors go all the way back to the Mayflower, whereas my mother can only trace back as far as her grandfather, who was a carpenter in the shtetl.
I'm sorry, Kate, what's a shtetl?
It's a tiny village. It's basically primitive.
Oh, I see. And the Sanders family, they always lived in mansions, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think they were happy in the beginning. I remember them being in love till I was about 9 or 10, and then they started having these secret fights in the bedroom.
And you thought it was your fault, huh?
Mm-hmm. Most kids do. But I know better now. You know, even though I've built my life away from them, I love them so much, and I don't want to see their marriage end.
Look, Kate, I've got some time before I need to go over to the courthouse. What do you say we just go outside, do some walking and some talking? Maybe the fresh air will make you feel better.
I'd love that. Hey, thanks for being such a good friend.
My pleasure, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault.
I'm sorry, Charles. I can see that you're hurting.
I guess it's just, I guess it's over. C'est la vie, c'est la guerre, c'est l'amour.
Well, perhaps it's for the best. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. I don't even know what to think, Mother.
Charles, I hope you realize that it was never my intention to cause harm. I simply told the truth in order to salvage whatever was left of our dignity. And above all, for your future.
I know. I appreciate it.
You loved her a long time.
Seems like forever, doesn't it? Well, I still love her. I guess I always will. Marriage may be over, but all the years, all the experiences, even the things Jamie put us through, those things won't stop.
I can't argue that, my darling. How do you feel?
I don't know, empty. But you know, somehow, strangely relieved.
Because you made the right decision.
You're right. I made the right decision. I let her walk out that door, didn't I?
Asa. Pamela, welcome. Welcome home. I've been waiting for you all morning.
Oh, really? Then you did hire that limousine driver to practically kidnap me.
Well, I wanted to be the first one to see you, and I couldn't make it to the airport.
Oh.
You look incredible. Fantastic.
Oh, really?
Was the plane late?
No, the plane happened to be on time, and I hope you paid that limousine driver in cash, because I dismissed him. I had my schedule of my own. I went home, but thank you. How are your hands?
Oh, they're fine. They're coming along. How's your ankle?
Oh, practically perfect, but you were the one that burned yourself terribly. Come on, let me see them.
Oh, no. It's not for your eyes. It's called air healing, and it's not a pretty sight. Now, let me get this straight now. You paid off the driver, then you went home, and you came back here on your own?
Yes. Well, you see, I wanted to see you.
That's wonderful, honey. How come?
Well, you see, I needed a favor, but first, I just want to firm something up. I want to know if that man, that wonderful Asa, heroic, that stood by my bedside there in the hospital in the South Pacific Island, is the same man standing there before me. Yeah.
Oh,
Come on. Come on. Let me see. Give it to me. Come on. You are, without a doubt, the worst lying hypocrite in this whole entire world. You had a helicopter, a second helicopter waiting for you. Never any real danger of dying.
The hell I wasn't. No man would risk his life for a woman like I did.
Well, that happens to be true, but you didn't get burned, and you didn't claw your way up on white molten rock.
Well, I exaggerated a little, but it worked. I mean, you told me you loved me, and you begged me not to sacrifice my life.
That, you devil! That was done in the heat of the moment. That does not count.
Oh, really? By whose rules?
By mine. And that does not mean that I belittle what you really did do. Because if you didn't show up in that helicopter, I really would not be here right now. You really did save my life and risk yours. And you saved Pete's life, too.
Ah, that was an accident. I wouldn't care if he fried there.
Oh, stop. I know you don't mean that.
The hell I don't!
Asa, the favor I'm asking. Well, it's not really a favor, really, because I know you're going to want to provide for this.
Sounds like money.
Yes, well, it's a lot of money. It's millions, really. Look, Asa, the harbor was half destroyed, and we're very deeply concerned about what might happen in the next storm. It's going to take $100,000 to even just get the equipment there. Now, the reason that I'm asking you for help is because I know you have a real stake in the island.
Have dinner with me tonight. I'll bring my checkbook and we'll talk it over.
I need a check now. Dinner happens to be out of the question.
How much you say it cost to ship it?
$100,000.
All right, I'll tell you what, honey.